Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Boy. Good evening. Hello, boa noite, buenas noches. Welcome to the After Hours. Buddies, let's talk Disney.
Let's do this. We have a very special episode today. And, well, there's a special episode every week, really, right? I mean, it just gets more. It gets more and more special. But today is particularly special because I am very happy to say that we have our good friend Greg from That Park Life podcast in the house.
Hi, Greg.
So to speak.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Good to see you, buddy.
I'm saying thank you now. I'll let you know if I'm still grateful at the end of this.
Be prepared.
Very good plan. That's a very good plan indeed. It's a very rainy evening here in the land of Walt Disney World. I was very happy to have escaped the water feature created by my roof on the way to my car to get to the studio tonight.
Sounds like you narrowly escaped it.
I won't tell you whether I'm sitting here in wet pants or not. Let's just put it that way.
That's every show, but
yeah, it's not something new. And what about you, Colin? How things are doing?
Not too bad. It's been a weird day, but hey, happy to be here. And it looks like we've got some friends that have joined us. Some of the usual, some new folks as well. I see Mark Jones, Joe Logan, Jeremy Goff. Good to see you on Panda's comments the other day. That was a lot of fun. So good to see you again. Stephanie Hendricks. Some new names, some different names, some old favorite friends. So anybody else you guys see that you want to call out here?
I want to say hi to Marie and Don Nicholson, of course, and Amber Tracy. And happy birthday, Caleb.
Yep.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
My friend. I won't sing. I promise I won't sing.
Thank the good Lord.
They won't sing.
And hello to Socrates and all the friends that are tuning in from Brazil. Thank you, guys. It's late for you guys, I know, but thank you. Obrigado.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yes. Well, guys, you know that. Let me take something to. You know what I do have here? It is a copy.
It looks fancier every week.
It is a blue copy. It is a blue copy of tonight's top 10 list. And tonight, top 10 list is pretty special. I think it's, I dare to say that it's probably one of the best ones we ever did. I'm pretty excited with that.
Much though.
It went great, perfect. And the topic tonight is top 10 dishes inspired by Disney films.
And we had some help this time. Greg actually helped us out with quite a few that are on this list. He contributed far more than I did because I contributed to none of these this week.
I would say that Greg bailed us out of this list.
Probably,
totally and completely. Probably. Basically, we had this long list of things. And then Greg supplied his list, and we said, okay, well, that was a nice warm-up that we had. And so we're going
to go with that.
So the bulk of these, all the good ones. Let's just put it that way. All the good ones are.
I think I gave you maybe 4 or 5 or whatever. That was out of about 30.
Oh.
So there's more.
There is more. Well, we play a game, Disney Dish or Made Up Ish. So I have to make up creative names to try to trick people. Yeah. So I wound up already kind of having a list. So
you're welcome. Win-win.
Thank you so much. It wasn't even planned that way.
So. Top 10 dishes inspired by Disney films. Buddies, why don't we start with... Well, Colin will help me with that. Let's start with number 10.
All right. You want me to start or you want to start, Jason?
No, you start. Number 10.
All right.
Oh, I can start.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. What do you think? Maybe I'll start. I'll start.
Decided already.
I'm just going to stay quiet.
Here we go. I'm just playing. Number 10. This dish is called Where is Olaf? This milkshake dessert tastes both familiar and a little funny.
Oh, I forgot.
Boy.
He forgot his sound effect.
And apparently Mickey enjoys it too. It's kind of wrong.
Okay, Colin, number 9.
Number 9 is Dare to Eat Snow White's apple pie. Where does he get
Greg is trying to find the chicken exit. No.
But he's just gonna laugh along. Number 8 is Shawarma. Fuel your inner superhero.
Number 7, Colin.
Not even made up. That was not even really made up.
Number 7.
Under the Caesar salad.
Now we're getting into Greg's the good ones. The good ones are coming.
Okay, number 6.
Greg, you should say it.
I don't know what it is.
It's the Lion King one.
Oh, Hakuna Matater. Oh, crap. Hakuna Matater Tots.
Oh my gosh, it's coming to the last 5 ones are my favorite there. Number 5. Colin.
All right. Elsa's 3 cheese, I'ma let it go.
Good.
Number 4, Jason.
Un poco loco hot cocoa.
I needed that.
It's the Mexico Pavilion. It has to be Jason.
You needed to put Mexico there. Number 3.
Oh, this is another Lion King one, Greg. You could do this one.
This is, assuming it's the other one on my list, Pumbaa's Downwind Delight. I thought this would be more of like a lava cake brownie, and you could figure out why.
Okay. Colin, number 2.
Kale as old as time.
This one is
Kale
my favorite.
as old as time.
And he's gonna sing for us now. Wait, he can do that, but he
feet.
can't go to the Beauty and the Beast sing along.
He is singing that, yes.
I thought we weren't going to bring that up ever again.
Oh, every time is what you misheard.
And number 1, Jason.
The Sword in the StoneCrabs. Delicious.
I love that one.
Greg, thank you so
He is
much.
far too
Greg,
much fun with these
that was
sounds.
amazing.
Sucked.
You don't want to know what was on the rest of this list before that.
Oh, no,
I kind of do, I'll be honest. I am curious to see.
Guys, let's see if how were the reactions here.
See how bad this was this week?
No, people love that thing.
Heather says that's cheesy. They love the sound effects.
Maybe they're referring to the omelet.
When they start complimenting the sound effects, that's when you know your list may not be up to par. Like, well, at least the sound effects were good.
I really liked your camera work during that list. It was really nice.
It's like, uh-oh.
I'm seeing Selby here. Our friend Selby from Brazil is here.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. So now is the time?
Now is the best time.
So, news of the week, and I will start just saying to you guys that there's no news from my part here. Miami was still busy, and I couldn't make anything. There's some comments I will do later on, but I know that Jason, Colin, and Greg will help me on that.
Absolutely. I mean, I can start it off if we want to.
Yes.
One that's kind of surprising to me, but also not at the same time. It appears that Ample Hills will not be returning to Walt Disney World, at least not at the boardwalk and not at the new location that was supposed to open at Disney Springs. The company filed bankruptcy not too terribly long ago. I think it was back in the spring. and it seems like they were bought out by another company. I forget the name of the company, like Schmidt Industries or something like that. And it looks like they're not going to continue the locations that are on Disney property, and the agreement ran out with Disney at the boardwalk. So it doesn't look like those are coming back, unfortunately. But if you need an alternative, you've always got Beaches and Cream at the Beach Club across the way, and even Hidden Gem over at the Swan and Dolphin. Downstairs, the fountain is a great place to get ice cream if you've not been there.
You know, Colin, that here in Miami, here in Aventura, in the Aventura Mall, we used to have Ample Hills too, and it closed, but it closed before even the COVID situation. So it was around January. So things were not. It was already shaken. Before
it looks like they may be bailing on the ones in the south, because it did read where some of the ones in New York are reopening, with a little different flavor structure and things like that. So looks like they're done in Florida, or at least the locations that I know about in Florida. It sounds like Miami's the same way, unfortunately. But it was a great ice cream place. Little surprise there, but at the same time, when the company files bankruptcy, they can only do so much, unfortunately.
Can I tell you my beef with Ample Hills Creamery? Listen, guys, I have beef with an ice cream place. That's how complicated my life is.
You know they don't serve beef, right?
No. Even though they have a bunch of cows in the designs, there is no actual beef. My beef with Ample Hills Creamery is I'm kind of a whipped cream snob, and it always bugged me that they never had fresh whipped cream. You have the word creamery in the name of your business, and you're not making your whipped cream. It comes out of an aerosol. It might as well be ready whip.
Yeah. It's not the good stuff like the Cheesecake Factory.
What exactly are you expecting in your whipped cream? Like
Cheesecake Factory quality? If I can make whipped cream at home with my little KitchenAid stand, a creamery can make fresh whipped cream for me when I pay $6 for a small ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if they had scooped it from a tub, you would have been satisfied?
I at least would have been respecting their willingness to dupe me. Do you know what I mean?
But the aerosol is but that's the sound. That sound, it sets off those like dopamine receptors. When I hear that sound, like you're like, it's coming, it's coming, the Sunday's coming. No, not just
have
me.
to go across the lake now.
Just me.
I think it's just you. Sorry.
Just go order
so
kitchen sink. You get 2 full cans. You can hear that noise for a while.
Well, apparently Greg's not going to be ordering that anytime soon.
Well, no, that's less offensive because you're basically not going to remain alive after eating a kitchen sink because it's way too much ice cream. So at that point, who cares if it's real whipped cream?
What is the name of the shaved ice place in Disney California Adventure on Pixar Pier, the Yeti? Am I on here?
It's technically something. It's about snow cones, but it's the
it's like the abominable
snowman
from snow cone something. Somebody please save me in the comments.
I'm trying to see.
I would love to see that replace Ample Hills.
That would be nice.
Right?
Would fit well thematically too.
Yeah.
Or even Big Bong Sweet Shop that we don't have here. That would be fun.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just like, if we want to, I don't want to lose the ice cream place there. That's all. Or at least frosty.
The adorable snowman frosted treats.
Yeah. That's it. Is adorable or abominable?
According to the Disneyland official app, it says adorable snowman frosted treats.
I think on the sign it says abominable, and it's like scratched out adorable.
Because that's what he wanted to be called in the movie.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. Oh, I don't have maybe I should have had a picture of that ready. Anyway, it's sad because Ample Hills did have a nice ice cream. Apparently, they didn't have nice whipped cream, but their ice cream was good. So, c'est la vie.
They had those cookie cones.
Cookie cones?
Yeah, they were like thick like a cookie, but they were in the shape of a cone. Wonderful.
Oh, really?
Did they have like chocolate chips, or are they like?
Yeah.
Really?
Amazing. Yeah.
Huh.
Really expensive, but
amazing. I'm a bowl kind of guy. So, anyway, we digress. We're not here to talk to you about ice cream. We're here to talk to you.
Yes, we are. What are we getting?
Jason, do you have any news?
So I do have some news. My news is a little happier. The news is that Disney has announced just today that they are going to be extending to annual pass holders a 30% discount on merchandise, select merchandise. I mean, it's like merchandise but not like non-Disney places and not experiences and so forth. You know, stuff that's not really merchandise and not owned by Disney. But 30% discount for annual pass holders for a limited time. But I don't know when
I think the news today is they extended it, if I remember correctly, because people had been buying stuff over the weekend on the discount, and then I think it's either changed so there's more locations or something's changed about it in the last couple of days.
The way it was announced looked new. Okay, well, maybe I'm late to the party, but
no, I think something's changed about it, but I don't remember what it was.
You know what Jason's going to be doing?
Buying a lot of stuff.
I'm going to be going to. I'm going to be
cleaning out the Tommy Bahama.
You and I are going to take a little trip to a certain gift shop after Star Tours, known as Tatooine Traders, and we're going to ask them.
You're going to try to buy it with your 30%
discount apply to that picture up on their wall. That's what we're going to say.
Jason's soapbox item.
Now we're going to get that
Hollywood studio.
Aren't we? We should get it on video. And when they say no, we're going to say, well, we're just recording this so that we have a confirmation that
we have written proof that it's still $10,000. It's actually way worse than
20,000,
isn't it? Yeah,
20,000. Yes.
It started at 10,000.
So 30% of 20,000 is a lot of money. I'm not going to do the math, but it's a lot of money. It's like $6,000.
A lot.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Over 5. That's all that we need to know.
I don't know.
7. It'll be $7,000.
I was told there'd be
off.
no math tonight, so let's just move on. Greg, you don't have a news item, right?
I do not. Do you want me to make one up?
Sure. That's totally a great segment idea. What a good segment idea. Thank you, Greg. That was good.
You're welcome. So, there you go. My news item is a new segment was born tonight on the After Hours live show on July 23rd at approximately 9:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I love it.
This just in.
Talk about this.
I can fill 2 birds with 1 stone here. So there is one more thing that came out today, and it's that they're changing the Rides of Resistance sporting groups again.
Yep.
It's happening twice daily instead of 3 times daily, and I forget the times. I sent it to you guys. Does anybody remember what it was?
10 and 2. It's like
10
driving.
and 2.
It's like driving.
There you go. So they dropped the midday one. It looks or the late one. It's the,
The
late
late
one
one.
they dropped.
The
The late one they dropped. Yeah. So that is changing. Just an FYI for anybody that plans to go to the parks here soon.
Well, there's something that I need to comment is that it's almost confirmed, but we're still waiting for last minute details. But next week, Collin will be visiting. Will be in Orlando, and the idea is that I will go to Orlando on Tuesday, and our plan is to make a live show. It's not a after hours, a regular after hours show, but a live show Tuesday night. Isn't that you're gonna use the Bunda camera, the Mevo camera? So we're gonna use and the idea is to do Tuesday night a live show, the 3 of us together, and then Thursday I have to come back to Miami, and then on Thursday night we're gonna do our regular after hours show. I'm sitting here in the control, and Jason and Collin having fun in some place in Walt Disney. That's the
So we're doing 2 shows next week?
Yes, we're doing 2 shows next week.
Good to know.
Yes.
Jason.
I thought it was an either or, but apparently it's both.
Yes.
So maybe we're getting both.
So
we'll see how next week plays out. In other words, but
Greg, what you doing next Tuesday?
I'm free unless it's in a park.
Oh well.
Yeah, he's banished at the moment. Unfortunately,
we're banished. We're not allowed in.
We'll stand right outside the gates and protest.
There's no actual gates, but I'm shaking the gates every morning.
But
that's him grabbing onto my Disney Experience ball.
That's the idea. So, okay, my friends, I think we should let's move on. We'll say again. Now is the time.
Now is the best time.
And guess what? Today's top 5 is not going to be a top 5. It's going to be a top 3.
You'll thank us later.
Yes, because I think we're gonna have a lot of talk about this one, and I love this one.
Very likely.
I do too.
We're going to be. It's dense. I love it. And
Greg's going to go first tonight.
Okay.
Okay, and Carlos is going. I don't know whether he. Carlos should go last always.
No, don't do that
All the time. Right. Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's what we're gonna do.
You already saw my list.
Greg's going first for sure because we don't want we don't want anybody to take his stuff. And then and the three of us right now live, we're gonna rock paper scissors to see who's going last. Okay? Are you ready?
Okay.
I'm not very good at this.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Stand up.
Okay.
Hold your fist out. It's like you don't need to like do the palm thing. Like, okay, ready? Carlos, I want to see your fist. You can't cheat.
You got this, Carlos.
It's the whole point of doing this. Is you okay? Have you ever played this before, Carlos?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. All right, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. What do you got? Okay, so
he beat us both.
now you guys have to go against each other now.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh,
Okay.
I got him.
Yep, Carlos is going last. Which is what
we planned anyways.
Okay.
All right, so it's gonna be Greg, this guy, Collin, and Carlos.
Okay.
is
Well,
worth
let me
noting.
tell the topic. They need to know. We did not disclose the topic yet. So the topic for tonight's
That helps then.
top 3 is our top 3 land ideas to replace Animal Kingdom's Dino Land.
Don't send all the hate mail or anything. Like, just hear us out.
Yes.
We're not saying Dino Land should go away, but it should. We're just
I'm not saying that.
that if it did go away, these are some of our favorite ideas for replacing it. That's it.
And they're creative and fun.
And
we didn't discuss this ahead of time. All we've seen is what's on each person's list to make the cards for the show. So no discussion has happened. Jason was adamant about that.
Yeah, I actually did not. I didn't because just to give you guys some behind the scenes information here. Like we use these Google documents, these shared documents to construct these things, and I didn't look. I mean, Colin's always late to the game anyway in terms of putting his stuff on, so
I make the cards too.
but Carlos put his stuff out first. I didn't look at it, and I created my list. Did not share our list with Greg, and I know Collin. I don't know whether Collin cheated and looked at the list before he created his.
I didn't look at them ahead of time. No, I
and
only looked at them when
and
I copied mine in.
then Greg sent me his list, and what's amazing is how, like, at least at first glance, some of the ideas are complementary. I think. So I'm really, really excited about this.
Due to the fact that I have to assemble the screens here, so I saw each one of our options, and you're right, Jason. There are a lot of the complement. They're not similar, but we're going to the same way.
It'll all make sense momentarily.
Yes.
Okay,
so let's start with Greg.
Greg starts us off with his number 3.
Sure. Am I waiting for an introduction of some kind? Is there a sound effect here? I'm
No.
getting used to the rhythm of your
I was
sounds.
going to do a sound thing, but
You never know. By the way, I wish I'd worked on my lighting. I'm looking more pale than I really am, and I really am pretty pale in life, so this is not great. My number 3 is something that I realized at the start of this broadcast I don't know how to pronounce. So when I sent the title of this to Jason, he was like, "What's a Powhatan?" Someone help me out. Anyone who actually watched Pocahontas recently?
No.
Awesome. 3 grown men haven't watched Pocahontas lately. What are the chances? So
Actually,
that
they're
is
pretty high in this group that somebody had watched it.
that is the tribe to which Pocahontas and her family belong to, right? So that's what's going on here. So this would be a Pocahontas themed land that I'm choosing to replace Dino Land. Even though I like the idea of Dino Land, I don't like the execution of Dino Land. That's my 2 cents on the land. Mm-hmm. So the main attraction here would be just around the river bend. Hear me out. This is I'm envisioning, right?
If you didn't sing that song, if you didn't sing those few notes in your head just now, you're not a true Disney fan. Like,
not a true Disney.
You sing.
I'm just glad Jason didn't sing it out loud.
He's singing today, so no, don't get him excited.
Don't get him started.
Yeah.
So a dark boat ride, kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean, in the sense that I would like for there to be a drop. I don't think this should be a dropless boat ride, because I feel like all of our newer boat rides, I guess really I'm just thinking of the Navi River Journey, but I want a little thrill here, just minor
Bit extra fun, yeah.
Yeah, and you can see some people in there, like, well, not people, animals like Miko and Flit and all those other animals that don't have names. I'm thinking, so in Dino Land we have the dig site, which is the kids play area thing, which by the way pretty much can't exist in current environment, but let's just say like we're allowed to do things that are high touch again. I think it would be cool to have an interactive digital kind of artwork thing called Colors of the Wind. Obviously,
like
after the Colors of the Wind.
Clever.
The quick service dining. Now it's the Restaurantosaurus. I would like for it to become the Blue Corn Moon. Little wolf or something. The logo.
That's a good title. Good name.
Let's see. We can do. We're gonna do another attraction, which will probably replace. I think I overbooked this because I have 2 attractions. We'll find the room, guys. It's gonna happen.
Oh, I'm sure there's extra room.
Yeah,
I mean, out dinosaur will be fine.
Well, I was thinking that just from the riverbed would be a dinosaur. By the way, technically, the Festival of the Lion King is in not Festival of the Lion King. The Finding the Nemo musical is part of Dino Land, at least on the park maps. But that's staying because that's the best. So, at least in my dream scenario.
Once you reach the dinosaurs, what he's talking about from there on.
Pretty much. Next up is Ratcliffe's Big Dig, where you're on a a dark ride. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I thought that we were mentioning number 2. No. Sorry.
Okay.
He's
excited with number 3. Yeah.
It's just far more detailed than mine, so don't expect as much.
Yeah.
I'll go quick. Ratcliffe's Big Dig.
No, don't.
You're on your search to find new gold, because the beginning plot of the movie of Pocahontas is Ratcliffe is trying to dig for gold, right? So you're on another new journey with Ratcliffe and his pet pug Percy on his search for gold. Last, I was thinking of a not actual attraction, but a walkthrough, because I know parks in other countries, like the international parks, have some like walkthrough attractions, and Americans probably need to walk more than them. I don't know why we don't have. So this will be an actual forest walkthrough, and I thought the centerpiece to this could be meeting Grandmother Willow, a nice interactive, I guess animatronic, kind of like Mr. Potato Head on the Toy Story Mania queue, like that style where they're able to interact with you. So that is my
think of the land in California Adventure. Jason, help me out with the name. I've only been out there one time. With the boat ride, the circular boat ride, Grizzly something.
Come on, Collin. No.
Peaks. It's in Grizzly Peaks. It's the
yeah.
Don't mention that. Don't mention that. I'm the last one in here, and you already stealing mine.
But yeah, that's what it makes me think of. That, like the way he described that. It's got that nature area. It's really cool in California.
Oh wait, you're talking about the Wilderness Explorer area?
No,
the water ride. What are you talking about?
The Grizzly River Run?
Yeah, you had
Grizzly
it right.
River Run.
The Grizzly River
That's
Run
just
area.
like
You guys,
I mean, it's
stuff.
you guys just killing my list. Come on.
Okay.
And that is it for me.
A little
That's my number
sensitive tonight.
So on to Chase.
So I'm gonna take us. I wish my number 2 was actually my number 3 now, so I could just kind of segue into this. But anyway, you'll understand later. So my number 3 is kind of a go with me a little bit. It is Mesopotamia, and it's Mesopotamia because I thought that it would be really good to kind of try to connect. You know how in Animal Kingdom each of the lands represents a geographic area. Well, this is. Except for, Pandora technically does, but who's kidding? Who are we kidding? All right, so it's off-world. Anyway, so Mesopotamia it represents a specific geographic area, but it also represents a time, right? And so I thought that would be a kind of interesting, like Dino Land was supposed to represent some weird fictional moment in time thing that did never happen. Right. Mesopotamia would actually be connected to historical events, and I just think it'd be really like it would look awesome. So the idea is like you'd step into this ancient land where it's kind of very educational too. So the relationship between the relationship of mutual dependence between animals and humans first began there. So like nearly, what is something like 13 out of the 14 present-day large domesticated animals started their journey with us there, and that transformed humanity over millennia, right? So we would have, of course, we'd have animal encounters. We'd have, and these would be animal encounters that are reminiscent of like ancient environments, so not like going to like today's farm or something, but it kind of would be Mesopotamic or whatever the right word is. Guests, of course, could explore.
That's not it.
Guests could explore marketplaces. They could learn about how views, like this is where we addressed like the elephant in the room, so to speak. Like they address views on how animal domestication has evolved over time, and like the philosophy behind how that's changing. But I thought we could also have this like awesome restaurant within like something that looks like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, which would be gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And the whole idea of like being, this is the cradle of life, essentially. And so you're situating this between the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers, and the shape of the land already kind of lends itself to this.
Jason, quick question. Which are the animals? I'm trying to think about Mesopotamic animals.
Also, if you you're going to ask me the 13 domesticated large animals.
Well, we know you Googled this.
Yes. All of them. It's all of the only one that's not. I can tell you. Well, Carlos, you could probably guess the one that's not. The one domesticated large animal that's not from Mesopotamia is
the dog.
The llama.
Oh.
How the hell would he be able to guess that?
Because he's from Llama. He's from Llama Land.
No, I'm not.
Brazil.
There's no llamas in Brazil.
They do now. You left
Jason,
before this happened.
how dare you? Llama Land is my number 2 to replace.
Okay.
Spitting camels, the spitting llamas. There's a lot of spitting happening.
But I love Jason. I like the idea. The whole principle of the domestication and then bringing Mesopotamia as the origin of the domestication of animals is great. I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you.
It's also I think it'd be relatively inexpensive. I mean, compared to some of my other ideas that are coming up, because you're basically talking about the animal encounters. You're talking about sheep, goats, lamb. Well, the sheep's and I don't know what's the difference between a sheep and a lamb.
The way they taste.
Oh,
that's rough.
We're gonna have an exhibit just for Greg. Pigs, oxen, donkey, those are all on the list. So I think it'd be fun.
We're gonna have a petting zoo too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could. That's the thing.
The second petting zoo there's another one. There is already one in Hafikis. That's another place for
world either. But
you can move that. It's fine.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't cost a lot.
That was such a National Geographic answer. It's not even funny.
I just want to touch base on one thing here. There was a comment here that Selby said that there is a rumor for an attraction using Shanghai Pirates of Technology for the Dinorama area. We could use that technology for 1 hour. I will use that for one of my areas here. Colin, it's your turn.
Okay, so I might get some crap from this one because it kind of exists up the road. But I am actually going with one. So you've got Asia, you've got Africa, you've got Pandora, you've got all these different places, but there's nothing that's cold. It's all like African or Asian or that type of location. So I'm going with Antarctica. And they're going to bring in penguins. And I say that because what SeaWorld did with their penguin exhibit over there is actually pretty neat, but I think if Disney could do it on a much larger scale, it would be a very, very neat experience. I picture kind of a Blizzard Beach type environment with fake snow and stuff, and you could make it snow year round with Disney's fake snow technology, and it would just be fun. And it's a good break from what would otherwise feel like a very hot park. You can escape away, and it wouldn't be a real huge place, but you could make it snow. You could have an ice cave restaurant, just kind of similar to what you see at T-Rex at Disney Springs. That kind of environment, a really unique kind of ice restaurant. The menu could be anything you really wanted it to be at that point because it's Antarctica. And I mean, it'd be cool to have penguins in Animal Kingdom. It's one of the few things that don't really get covered too much. You have the bird show, but you don't have anything that's kind of non-African type animals. So if you could introduce penguins, it would be a really neat area, and you can do so much stuff with that beyond the fact. But
can I just put one plug in?
Depends.
So you get your penguins.
No, it's an idea. Yes.
Penguins. I don't think this is on anybody's list, so
it might be.
Shush me as soon as I say the word if it is. But if you could just also extend it to Patagonia.
Oh, you can continue. That's fine. I didn't think you were going there.
Because I think that would then allow you to have the penguins as well as some other really cool South American elements. Anyway,
I like it.
Yes.
Frozen tundra and stuff.
See?
Yeah.
Think outside of the box. And from Asia to there, you could make the transition actually pretty decent because you've got Expedition Everest there. It would just transition into snow, and it would be really neat, in my opinion. That's all you have for that.
I was totally with you, Colin, until you just said you could make an easy transition from Africa into Antarctica.
Well, it snows on Expedition Everest at the top of it, so you could kind of make that transition as you go across the bridge and kind of slowly transition it to
slip
snow.
All the way to Antarctica?
Exactly. Or you could just make it a nice portal like you did Galaxy's Edge, and then you're in Antarctica. And it'd be a good escape from the heat. If you go into a penguin exhibit, it's going to be cold. So,
Eric is saying Patagonia skewers with chimichurri. Yes.
That sounds like a plan.
Penguin skewers.
Let's not do that.
And I have the blessing of being the last one, and you guys almost stole my third option. I will go with something pretty obvious, but let me address it. It would be a wild North America, but the whole idea is to bring something that is pretty similar to what we already have in Disney California Adventure. And that's why I was really concerned when you're talking about Grizzly Peak, because
it's an amazing area.
That whole area is amazing. But you can imagine that a little bit bigger, and there will be walkthrough exhibits. And the idea is we could even bring some IP here. So the idea is to have something related to Brother Bear, just to make my friend Colin, my friend Jason pretty happy.
I still haven't seen that movie.
Yes, and Colin too now, that because he will need to move to see the movie. But the whole idea of getting that, because I don't know if you guys already went there, but the whole Grizzly Peak area is amazing with the water, the volume of things there. I think is crazy.
It's so well done.
It's really well
with
done.
The hotel there.
Yes.
Which I think is a missed opportunity at Disney. They don't have any hotels that attach, or resorts that attach to a park per se. Be a great opportunity there.
And so that could be something really special. And then, as you mentioned, restaurants. So I would say that. Then I will bring the one idea that I saw actually in Disneyland Paris. No, at Disneyland Paris they have a barbecue place with common tables, and for that one we will bring 4 rivers to run inside the park. That restaurant
barbecue.
Okay, so that's another that's an idea for the. As I mentioned, the wild North America or the Brother Bear land or something like that. But That's the whole idea. You like that?
I
liked it up until you got to the Four Rivers Southern Barbecue.
No, but you know one thing, they will run. I'm not saying that they will do the same thing. That John River is a guy that he studied barbecue from many different places in U.S. So what we will ask him is to say, John, we will do something that is related to the Northwest.
See, we just need him on the next show, and then he can explain it all.
Yep.
Since a lot of salmon being eaten.
Well,
Greg?
It's Greg. It's number 2.
I have a question first, because I feel like a news nugget just fell out of that. Are you some type of big Brother Bear fan, Jason? Is that what just happened there?
He likes old school movies.
When we did the our top 5 underrated Disney movies.
Okay.
That Brother Bear, I forget what number it was. Maybe like number 3 or something like that. It was in the middle of the pack. Brother Bear was on the list. I love Brother Bear.
Okay. I have also not seen it, by the way, Collins. You're not alone.
See, not the only one.
But Greg, I'll have to explain one thing.
Younger than you too, Jason. So remember that.
when it comes to being fan, it's not Jason got really emotional when he talked about the Brother Bear, but he is really a fan. Everything related to the Mexican Pavilion. That's it. So, and I'm surprised. Well, let's see his list. I don't want to run. There could be a wild Mexico or something like that.
It might be his next one on his list.
It's Greg's turn.
It is my turn. Every time that music plays, I picture Jason actually like playing the castanets on his hand, and he also has he has a mustache now, but his mustache is much thinner in my visualization of him. My number 2, by the way, all 3 of mine include Disney intellectual property because I understand how things work these days. And
very true.
And they all do. So I'm sticking again with some Disney characters here, and instead of Dino Land, it is the much more creative named Duckland. So I think it's cool that Donald already has a bit of a presence over in Dino Land, and as you know, Mickey is like number 1, right? But Donald's slogan is that he himself is number 1. So I thought we could play on that a little bit. And in doing so, Donald gets his own land, and it is here at the new Dino Land. So you can keep his little Donald's Bash. It won't be the Dino Bash because there's no dinosaurs here at this point. I do like the idea of the quick service restaurant there being Chef Donald's as like a take on Chef Mickey. So even if it's decorated the same, but like everything is clearly and almost poorly, to be funny, covered up Mickey, and then it's Donald on it everywhere because he thinks that he's number 1. The main attraction would be a dark ride similar to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, where it's got the individually moving vehicles and it's like really well done animation and whatnot. But it would be DuckTales, cursed by Magica de Spell. So you're on an adventure with Huey, Dewey, and Louie running through their land or whatever and trying to break the curse that was put on them by Magica de Spell. Instead of Primeval Whirl, by the way, any fans here of Primeval Whirl? No, just me?
I don't dislike
it's fun.
it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm not a big fan.
We call it
roller
Primeval
coaster.
Hurl.
Carlos is out.
What do you call it?
We call it Primeval Hurl because it makes you want to vom. So instead of that, this will be becoming Daisy's Diva Drive. Now she's a little bit of a diva, right? So she's gonna need some time to go shopping around town. So you'll be in a car, kind of like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. We're gonna like bring it back, but in a new fashion here, with Daisy as she drives around town, getting her last minute items for her diva lifestyle. This reminds me, would you like a free complimentary Daisy joke while I'm talking about this? The answer is yes, because it's a live show. You can't stop me. So I'll ask Collin. Hey, Collin, what did Daisy Duck say when she bought lipstick?
What did she say?
She said, "Put it on my bill." Guys, I bring my own rim shot. That's how prepared I am. Anyway, back to business. So, Duckland at the new Dino Land. Let's see. No more dig zone. But you know what's really cool, I think, would be the idea of setting up a dedicated photo pass opportunity area. One of the scenes that you're allowed to put yourself into is, because you can't physically do it because it basically would be like a ball pit, but they create a PhotoPass opportunity for you to jump into Scrooge's like coin vault, which is a pretty iconic scene of the ducks of Disney. Speaking of the ducks of Disney, I guess
I just want to just stop you right there. So, Angela in the comments, she literally said, "DuckTales, woohoo! Can we swim in a vault full of gold coins?"
See? You can virtually do it because that's how it is, right? And I think that's my entire. That's at least the primary vision of Duckland.
That's great.
Very nice.
I like it.
I especially like the Mickey stuff that's scratched out.
That's clever. Yeah, that's clever.
All right, my number 2. So, this is kind of somewhat well, it was sort of related, but not really related to Greg's number 3, because the land that I'm going to create here is called the Woodlands, and it's divided into 3 parts. So the first part is Sherwood Forest, right? So Sherwood Forest at the heart of and I'm gonna read my little spiel. You ready? Here we go. At the heart of Sherwood's legend, Robin and his merry men defend the rights of the poor, fool the law, and hide out in amongst the forest's famous oaks. A legend that has been constantly adapted since the late medieval age, but has always endured. Tales of Robin Hood and his heroic acts still bring an air of magic into the woodlands he is said to have roamed. Maybe he still does. Of course, it would feature a major oak as kind of a minor weenie. It would. Anyway, look it up.
Just by the way, minor weenie was my very first AOL screening.
Hey, not never mind. Let's not even.
Can't go there.
Okay. So from an animal perspective, you have invertebrate species and birds like spotted woodpecker, like animals that are native to Sherwood Forest, like the actual Sherwood Forest. Of course, it would feature Robin Hood and his band of merry men, who'd roam the forests of Sherwood, and also, of course, we would have his stories would be brought to life through a range of activities and events, including kids' costumes and props in the Nottingham store. Then, the next section, this is a multifaceted land. So Sherwood Forest is one area of the woodland. The next area of the woodland is 100-acre wood. Course,
this
right?
is a Lou move. He's shoving in like 4
100
different
acres.
Yes,
No, on the woods.
I already got it. What he's doing? Yeah.
On the woods. Christopher Robin invites you to meet Winnie the Pooh and friends in his very special place. You can walk through the forest and visit Pooh Stick's Bridge, the Enchanted Place, Eeyore's sad and gloomy place, and even the Huffalump Trap. Who doesn't want to visit the Huffalump Trap? Be sure to stop by the Honey Pot for Pooh-inspired dishes that are sure to settle the most rumbly of tummies. You never know when Pooh and his friends may stop by to say hello. Yes, because this is also a character meal. So that's the second area of the woodlands. The third area of the woodlands, third and final, is the Enchanted Forest. And the Enchanted Forest is dedicated to creatures from the Once Upon a Time stories. And this is a land where forest animals from Snow White and Sleeping Beauty and Bambi, etc., come to life. Of course, there's meet and greets, there's animal encounters, learning about wildlife and forest conservation. Ta-da! The thing I liked about was missing is I wanted to bring in some like Pocahontas somehow. I wanted to have like that part, but I don't want to overdo it. I feel like this is
that 3-for-1 wasn't enough.
No, yeah.
I like that it's also focused kind of has like
you made
a
fun
UK...
of Carlos for the Phineas and Ferb reference last week.
This is legit. This is like a 3-piece. Like you walk into the woodlands and you have these 3 areas that you can go to.
Legit.
Fun. New
Yes.
Fantasyland, did it?
Legit. Yeah, it was nice. You get in fine, Jason. I think I taught you fine. So
I do have a question, Jason.
Yes.
Your merry men, are they also men in tights?
The legal hasn't gotten back to us about that
yet.
yet.
Volunteer for that position.
I don't know.
That movie might be before Colin's time.
Oh, it's
the Robin
definitely
Hood Men in
before
Tights
Colin.
movie.
Oh, even that one's yes. They're all
Eric,
all of those
They're all
movies are
before my
before
time,
Colin's time.
probably.
Eric is making the comment here. We're men in tights.
That's the one. Thank you.
The one.
Oh my gosh, Colin,
All
save
right.
us.
Before I move into this one, I'm going to invite the comments. Share the ideas that you have too, and we'll read them out when we get through some of ours, and we'll throw them in here. We want to see your elaborate ideas as well. That's kind of the fun of doing this in the first place. So if you have a really cool idea, throw it in there.
Amber Tracy says there's already a place called the Woodlands. There's already a real place called the Woodlands. What?
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
There you go.
You actually
Not
have
only
stock in
he
the
is,
Woodlands?
he got almost 4-in-1, but he was copying another place. Jason, you're
What? I don't know what like. I can't help it that it was very good. I mean, it was good.
So modest.
Colin.
So mine is actually one that was rumored for quite some time, and the rumors have kind of died out and then regrown and then died out again. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on my list, and it's in Indiana Jones land. It's been rumored so many times, and I think it would fit well in the area, and there's enough space to make it happen. You could borrow the roller coaster from what I believe is Disneyland Paris. I don't remember which park it is over there, but you could borrow the roller coaster. You could redo dinosaurs so it matches or is similar to what you experience at Disneyland and that Indiana Jones attraction, which is incredible. And just think about the queue of that attraction at Disneyland and then scale it up to an entire land. And it would be amazing. You could have like the temple areas, you could have all this elaborate background stuff that surrounds the land, and you could have animal encounters. You could have an area with snakes. You could have an area of a bar type thing similar to what you have at Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar at Disney Springs or something of the sort. There's so many opportunities that you go with there. I'm trying to make sure that I have everything knocked off of my list that I wanted to mention. But yeah, that's basically the big scheme plan there. I mean, could you imagine just walking from Asia and you walk over and you're in this area that's kind of this ominous scene from the movie, and possibly you could do it like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and make it a new place that they haven't experienced yet or that you're exploring for the first time. And I don't think it's that far-fetched, because I think it's been on Disney's radar before, or at least many people have thought it's been on Disney's radar before, so I don't think it's that far-fetched of an idea, so I had to put it on there. Jason's looking at me like he has some questions here.
No.
I love the concept. I just don't understand. So the one link back to animals.
Yes,
going to
that's
be
what they're.
snakes.
Well, yeah, you could do a lot of wildlife though if you really wanted to. You could
What
do
wildlife
birds.
is
You
featured
could
in
do
most of the like spiders,
snakes, spiders. Some kids love that kind of stuff.
Come,
Lizards,
like cure your phobias here at Indiana Jones Land.
You can put them behind glass. Like,
Are you kidding me? Like,
it would be fun.
how about
people would love it.
also a crocodile pit that they can walk across? Oh, and when they get halfway
They
across,
already have
the
that.
bridge. We'll
It's
cut
a
it so they
level
fall.
effort. Just looks like you're gonna fall. You can't get that far on the bridge, and then you can turn around. You just scare the crap out of you. I think it'd be a fun idea.
Oh, it's a great idea. It's a fun idea. I just think it'd be better like over in maybe, I don't know, Hollywood Studios.
There's no animal interaction in the current area too, just dinosaurs. I mean, that's not that far of a stretch in comparison. And then you have Pandora now, so it's IP based.
Don't
not
get me
really-
started. We don't need to repeat the sins of the past, Colin.
Well, it's going to be IP heavy in the future. Mark my words on that one. But I think it'd be cool, and it's very close to the theme, of much of Animal Kingdom.
Well, okay, you had me until when you said it's much like the theming of Animal Kingdom. That has zero to do with the theming of Animal Kingdom.
Yeah,
but
it does. You can't imagine that in Animal Kingdom.
no,
I think the rest of us can.
I can imagine them wedging it in and like using some kind of weird snake reference to charm our way. Yeah, I don't. Hollywood Studios,
Donald
buddy.
Duck was okay when he
Hey,
They even have a
Donnie.
DuckTales float that's coming out as a character cavalcade right now. It's really
We could
cool.
put Indiana Jones on one of those too if we wanted to.
Colin, I think a really great way to immerse guests in your Indiana Jones land is as they're crossing the threshold, they're actually chased by the giant boulder and they have to
There
run
you go.
into the land.
I'm a
Just an
fan.
idea.
I'm a fan. It comes sliding off the side of the hill.
There's no better way.
Right, you get ran over.
There's no better way to be happy or to make your guests happy than to actually scare them. I think that's the way to do it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Goodness.
I think it's a great plan. Elaborate. We're gonna look back on this in like 5 years when they announce that they're making this.
Spoiler: they're not making it.
Okay, let's go to my number. Then my number 2. The only thing that I have to say is that I don't have the name that I'm gonna be using is not the right name, and I will need to find some help to actually find a better name for that. But let me try to explain. It's a little bit of go with me here. It is Cryptoland, the cryptozoology land. Well, if you don't know what is cryptozoology, we're talking about that.
I thought he meant like cryptocurrency for a second. I'm like,
No.
He changed his list.
No, the idea here is, it's all those. There's not mythical animals, but are those strange animals that a lot of people believe that they exist, but there's some other that they don't believe. So we're talking about Bigfoot. We're talking about the Loch Ness monster. We're talking about Chupacabra. We're talking about this kind of animals, and the idea is to be a little bit of a mysterious land. So I know that you're gonna say, but there's the Yeti in Asia and in the Everest, and well, we're gonna have the American Bigfoot in the Kryptonland, and there is also some potential IP users there, because the Bigfoot was part of the Goofy movie. There were some cameos that they have in bedtime stories. And Loch Ness, the Loch Ness monster, there was a really beautiful short animation that was the Ballad of Nessie is called, and it was beautiful. I think it was 2011 when they did it. So
Really?
Yes. It
Good
was.
job.
It was
nowhere.
It was a short that they included in, I think, Winnie the Pooh. And yes,
Winnie the Pooh is eaten by Loch Ness?
No. It is a nice Loch Ness.
Winnie the Pooh visits Scotland and then falls in.
No, but they included the short when they distributed the DVD, and that's when they came up with that. It's called the Ballad of Nessie. But the whole idea of the land, the crypto land, is to have a place for those mysterious animals, and it could be a little bit. There would be a scary part, but that could be also the ones that you start to realize that there are so many species that we could even today start to find out that they're here, they exist, and nobody knew. So that's,
I love it.
So that's
I like
the
this
idea.
concept because it kind of goes back to that old school Beastly Kingdom that was kind of Joe Rohde's baby for years, but kind of has a little different twist on it, a little less unicorn type based and more mythical creature. But
can we add Elliot?
The dragon?
Yeah, the dragon.
Yes, the dragon.
What do you mean?
Heather is saying
random.
dragons.
It's not random at all. It's a freaking dragon.
Michael
Disney movie.
Michael was like he was your best friend.
He is like my best
hold him by
friend.
the hand and lead him into the land.
Michael is saying Jersey Devil. There
was on his list. That actually, Carlos actually had Jersey Devil on his list.
Yes,
Really
yes.
Didn't mention it here.
Yes, there's the Jersey Devil. There's some beasts from England. There's several different animals that we could bring in. That it could be in a walkthrough attraction. The only thing that cannot come in terms of the idea was the restaurant. A crypto restaurant is not something that that's
you get to eat the Sasquatch.
No.
Fresh caught 3 days later.
Karin Costa from Brazil is surprised that I said chupacabra. Yes, chupacabra is cryptozoology.
What is chupacabra?
I really don't know what is a chupacabra. If it's
Kind of like Bigfoot, isn't it?
Nope.
Sort of.
I don't know. I have it on my list, but I don't really know what it is. I don't know. It sounds fun. Cue the Mexican music.
I thought of some names for you, for your land.
Oh,
I came up
help
with
me.
two.
Yes.
One is Creature Country. That's the more elementary one. The other one is Land of the Legends, because it sounds like you're mentioning all these creatures that have a little bit of not quite an urban legend, but like a mythical legend attached to them.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I like
And
that.
it also
restaurant,
sounds like Land of the Lost, which is
That's kind of what I was thinking, yeah. And I think a cool restaurant idea would be, obviously at some point when you're out there hunting or chasing after these legends, or maybe experiencing them, you're gonna need some time to relax. So it's almost like like an area of respite restaurant where probably you can sit down and eat, like they kind of have now as Restaurantosaurus. Like that's supposed to be
totally
like
use those. Each building could represent a different legend.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it.
It's pretty interesting.
They could do this pretty. I mean, you could, it depends on how. If you were to do an attraction or something like that, it would cost a lot more. But they could convert it pretty easily to this, actually.
Instead of riding the dinosaur, you ride the Sasquatch on Triceratops.
But
that thing's got.
Watch out, it's furry.
But guys, I saw here in the comments, and they remember one thing, and I could not forget that, because we mentioned the chupacabra, and guess which is the country of origin of the chupacabra?
Mexico.
I think you're the Mexican. Oh, hey!
Yes, Jason is happy now.
We need to get him a sombrero so that every time the music comes on, he has to put on the sombrero and some maracas.
No, that's not fair, because I don't control that.
Even better. Just have to have it ready.
I may bring maracas next time, though. That's all I'm saying.
Just give him an excuse to go visit the Mexico Pavilion.
Right? Number one, buddy.
I am number one, thank you. Oh, you mean we're up to my number one?
We're up to your number one.
Gotcha. By the way, I'm gonna be trying to fall asleep tonight, and all I'm gonna hear is that Mexican music. Tomorrow when I'm sleepy at work, talking to guests, and I'm yawning, and they're, what's wrong? I kept thinking of that song from the Mexico Pavilion.
The Mexican hat dance.
Yes.
Then you have to explain it.
So my number one land choice to replace Dino Land at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park is Pride Rock. So yeah, Lion King, probably Greg's all-time favorite Disney animated classic. So a couple of things here that I think are cool. Just the optics of this. I'm thinking kind of like really how they did a really great job with Cars Land over at Disney California Adventure, where they were able to really like pull you into that huge like background landscape thing. I think they could do the same thing with Pride Rock, the big old rock in the background. A couple of attractions that I want to see. Maybe this one could replace Dinosaur. This is a Peter Pan's flight style ride, where instead of, it's a dark ride, right? But instead of you being on the ground, you're suspended in air, kind of thing. This is wildly out of wing. You're flying over the savannah with Zazu, chasing after Simba as he's playing around all around. So all parts, including the Shadowlands. Watch out for some hyenas. Instead of Chester and Hester, which are like the two people, right, that set up shop down the road from Dinosaur with their own like fake cheaper
Carnival.
amusement park. Yeah, carnival. Instead of Chester and Hester, it will of course be Timon and Pumbaa doing their own similar kind of thing. They could also host the restaurant. The restaurant would be called Slimy Yet Satisfying.
I'd love to see what's on that menu.
a lot of bugs.
A lot of noodles.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of noodles. I like that, actually. That would be great. Instead of the Primeval Whirl area, I would like to see that become an indoor theater show type thing. I guess kind of, I don't want to say similar to, because I don't think every park needs one of these, but I would really like to interact with Timon and Pumbaa similar to how they do it like Monsters, Inc. or Turtle Talk with Crush. But I'm hoping that Imagineers in my fake environment here are going to plus that idea to something else that I'm not currently thinking of, where we get to interact with two or more characters, but hopefully Timon and Pumbaa here. And then my notes trailed off, and now I don't remember what I wanted to do with the dig site. So that's all I got for Pride Rock.
Great place.
I love it.
I love it
Good
too.
plan. I like it.
I love it. I mean, you'd have to move the Festival of the Lion King, but that shouldn't be that difficult.
Just swap Nemo and.
They've done it once. They can do it again.
Guys, good news and bad news.
You have to move again.
They use with it.
Third time's the charm. I love it. No, that's I really like that a lot. And also, I think it's like of all the things, it's kind of more likely. Like that's in terms of the IP tie-in. I mean, anyway, okay. But if I get my way, we're not doing Pride Rock. Sorry, we're going to do Paradise Falls.
Oh,
and Paradise Falls.
Lost in time.
What's that?
A land lost in time.
Anyway, so here's kind of the spiel. Like until very recently, this place has been cut off from civilization, and it's like nowhere else on the planet. Prehistoric creatures, labyrinths of stone pinnacles, and magnificent waterfalls are among what lies inside this land. Awaken the explorer within you. Your adventure awaits. So, of course, this is an Up tie-in, right? We're gonna celebrate one of the best movies ever, and now I have the whole Married Life song in my head. You have this recreation, so similar to the Pride Rock, Cars Land thought. I'm thinking actually there's this recreation in the distance of Angel Falls and Mount Roraima in the distance. And so, and the animal tie-in, because that's important, frankly, still. The animal tie-in is so in the Up, the sort of environment for Up was based on, it's kind of a blend of areas in Guyana and Venezuela, and Angel Falls and Mount Roraima in real life. And so in Mount Roraima, what's really cool is 35% of the species in that area are endemic. And 70% of them are found to only exist on those plateaus in that area. They say this is something I got off a little travel website. Other species are like living fossils, almost identical to plants and animals that are now extinct in the rest of the world. Hello, Dinoland? For millions of years, life has been existing completely independently of these mist-shrouded mountaintops, away from the prying eyes of civilization. And this is based on a real place. So you can have food that actually ties into those actual areas. Plus, we get an East Coast Wilderness Explorer camp area, which is super important because this place is amazing. And I don't know what else you have to say. It's
drop the mic.
And you get Doug. You get an animatronic Doug. Hold on.
You need a house with a bunch of balloons.
You have to have an animatronic Doug. You have to have right. I mean, from an attraction standpoint, I was thinking maybe there's a Zeppelin adventure, maybe there's a balloon adventure. Of course, the animatronic Doug, which I mentioned. There's so much that you can do.
I hope your land includes Carl on his little scooter. I don't know if you've actually ever seen him in Animal Kingdom currently. Well, he does exist. I don't know if he's all the time. He's the best when he's on his scooter scooting around over there.
So that's it. Paradise Falls.
I'll give it to you.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Thanks.
I can't believe you missed my reference.
What did you say?
Paradise Falls, a land lost in time. That's what he says at the beginning of the movie.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, anyway.
Just disappointed. Clearly disappointed.
Colin, you're number one.
All right. So this is one that is actually probably the only one that came to mind immediately because I've wanted it for a long time. And it's the Swiss Alps. And part of it's the snow, but part of it's because I really want a Matterhorn on the East Coast. I think you could build a Matterhorn, but you could redo it and make it a little more technologically advanced. You could make it an incredible attraction in a very small footprint because in Disneyland it doesn't take up a ton of space. You could upgrade the technology and instead of touching the original, which I would not recommend doing, build it over here. Make something new and different and very, very cool because the technology's come a long way. And you could have a ski lodge style restaurant doing that Swiss Alps architecture that's very unique. And then all the tables are the little small wooden tables and they're kind of off to each places. And you could make views out the window on kind of like what they're talking about with the space restaurant if it ever happens, and make the views out the windows over the Swiss Alps, kind of like just a really high resolution image, so it feels like you're looking out the window into the Swiss Alps. And then you could have snow, and you could have the kind of the fake snow that Disney has, and there's so many different ways you could go with this. Not to mention the wildlife tie-in would be pretty easy, because you could do foxes, you could do hedgehogs and stuff like that exist in Switzerland, and you have marmots, and I did Google this. Apparently there's something called an ibex, I-B-E-X. I don't know what that is, but you could probably have them if they're not that sensitive to weather. But there's so many neat things that I think they could do with it. And how many of us would love to have the Matterhorn on the East Coast? So another mountain at Disney. It's never a bad thing in my opinion.
So we're going to have the Matterhorn right next to Everest. So it's going to have to be like a tiny Matterhorn, right? Like, because to keep the scale
maybe
similar, it's going to have to be like,
or it could be a giant mountain. You could have two mountains.
It's like in Spinal Tap. It's like the Spinal Tap Stonehenge thing. So like it's like a tiny Matterhorn.
You never know. Or you could make another big attraction. You just have to kind of tuck it away in the trees a little bit more comparatively. But I think it would be doable. It'd be fun, and I don't know. I think it would break up the typical theme of Animal Kingdom a little bit, because a lot of it's kind of, like I said with the first one, a lot of it's kind of heat related. So it would be kind of a nice change of pace. And Switzerland's not always cold, so you have kind of a mix of both worlds.
Collin, the only thing I have to say is that when I think about animals in Switzerland, the only thing that comes to my mind are the cows. That's it.
The what? Cows?
Cows, yes.
I was thinking like the mountain goats, but okay.
Yeah, I didn't expect cows to be what he was going to say.
They're pretty famous. That's why you have the...
Really?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, well, they
have
are.
That
I
too.
just don't think interesting.
Imagine the gift shop, too. How many cool things from Switzerland they could import? You could just have a full IKEA if you really wanted to.
Or they could add it to Epcot.
That's
yes.
true, you could do that, too. But this wasn't the Epcot show. This was the Animal Kingdom show. So.
Okay. So it is...
I can't wait till we do the Epcot show.
Yep.
And you're going to be like, okay, guys.
Here we go again.
It's this tree, and it's full of animals. And it's...
Well, they did try to do Equatorial Africa, so...
Oh, boy.
Okay. Let me go to
Jason takes these two literally.
My number one is, and I'll have to explain one thing. A lot of people ask me about the rumors of a Brazilian pavilion in Epcot in World Showcase, and every time someone asked me about that, I used to say the very same thing. I said that there's something nice of having a Brazilian pavilion in Epcot, but the thing that I really miss is an Amazon forest area in Disney's Animal Kingdom. I think that would be the best feat for Brazil. I think there's several things that we can imagine and that we can develop in that area. And it totally related to the Amazon forest. So the idea of having, for instance, something like a safari, like the Kilimanjaro safari, but an Amazon safari in a boat, in something like the real Jungle Boat, where you're going to see real animals. And my friend Jason, no llamas there. There are no llamas in Brazil. You're gonna see.
There are now.
You're gonna see jaguars. You're gonna see. Michael Riley says, "Say Brazilian pavilion 10 times fast." But the idea of having, the anacondas and all the beauty of the Amazon forest there. Not only that, then I'm going to think about food, but. Can you imagine a Brazilian steakhouse in Disney's Animal Kingdom? Mm-hmm. And for quick service, you're going to have not one booth, but probably everywhere. You're gonna have like 5 different places selling Brazilian cheese bread.
Of course.
And in the dinosaur area, we'll have IP attraction, and then everybody will say, "Are you crazy?" Actually, we're gonna use IP that we're bringing from Fox, from 20th Century Fox, and it's going to be the Rio attraction, the bird, the Rio. And we can do something with birds and in South America in that area.
I thought you were going to say Romancing the Stone, but
no. Oh my gosh, that's old. Colin never heard about that. But the idea is the idea is to have the Rio Hill attraction
That's a
there.
pretty good movie too.
Yes, and it's Disney now, so could
Which
be.
I don't think I knew.
And I always say to everybody, in Amazon, it's funny because a lot of people ask about Brazilians are used with Amazon. No, for us it's pretty difficult to go there because it's far. It's almost traveling to. It's almost getting here to U.S. It's difficult, and but the Amazon is something special. It's pretty special. The sunset in the Amazon is amazing, and the sky there is so. It is an area that I would love to see in Animal Kingdom, and then if it is to have something from Brazil in Walt Disney World, I would love to see the Amazon forest in the Animal Kingdom. That's the whole idea.
I think that's fantastic. And I was trying to think about what's the falls that are at the border of Brazil and Argentina.
Oh, the Iguazu Falls. That's
yes. You could. Oh, that would be gorgeous.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Of course, he likes Carlos's ideas.
Well, because it's like, okay, first of all, it's jungle. It's a rainforest. It's got tons. So from an animal standpoint, I mean, sky's the limit. I mean, it's like crazy. The educational part of this, in terms of conservation, like medicines, talking about like pharmaceuticals, like where like you could have something sponsored by like Pfizer, for God's sake. You could have like, it would be amazing. Yep. Amazing how like medicines come from this area, and how I love it. I
have one important question for you though, Carlos.
Yes.
One thing I think really critical piece of your puzzle is, instead of at the front of the park, they can move the already themed Rainforest Cafe to your.
There you go. There you go.
It's the same thing. It's already built. Just move it over.
Well, unless we don't skip the idea of the barbecue and the rodizio place, the Brazilian barbecue place there, we can have both. So it would be great. Well, it could be a rainforest rodizio.
I like it.
I love it. It's great. Fantastic idea.
And I love this top 5. This top 5 is... Oh, Angela is saying churrasco. Yes, churrasco. I'm trying to put here, yeah. Cheese bread I'm sold is what Michael is saying. And Elena is saying, great idea, Carlos. Forest, birds, flowers. And Elena is from Brazil.
Eric said Amazon Prime Cafe.
Oh, and Larissa is also Brazilian, but she lives here in Boca Raton, and she said we can have Jelly Bitchin walking around and making some. She's closed now. She's closed in Tampa now.
And for the record, people liked my Indiana Jones idea, Jason.
Yep. There's a lot of love.
Dude, don't try to resurrect that now. We've got. Unless you have like we can maybe give you a little bit of an attraction, like the Indiana Jones adventure in the Amazon or something, like, because it wasn't like there's a part Indiana Jones 3 wasn't that like in?
No, there's the whole thing. Really? There's the whole thing of the El Dorado, the quest for the lost city in the Amazon. That could be.
4th. 3 was Last Crusade. That was fantastic. 4th, it was the 4th one, whichever that.
It was the King of the Crystal Skull, which is not that great.
Norris? Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Shut up, Jason.
Okay, that was. I think. Wait. Do you guys hear that?
I'm hearing something.
Craig, do you have some feedback?
I can't tell if you're kidding.
What's that sound?
What's that sound, guys? I think that tonight Jason is really inspired. You're gonna see that. I think we're finally gonna stump the audience tonight.
Hard?
Yes, I think it's really hard.
See, I sent them over today. It's like, I feel like I'm taking it easy on them today.
I haven't heard them, so I can't comment on this one.
No, it's hard. It's going to be hard.
Yes, and Terry Cincinnati's asking, am I allowed to play? Yes, Terry, you're allowed to play because I didn't feature you in any of the What's That Sounds. Not yet. Not yet. You never know when it's coming.
Well, so let's go.
That was cryptic.
Well, okay, so so Terry was with me. Terry Cincinnati was with me yesterday because it's part of her prize for winning the little contest that we had for the lunch break back in May, whenever that was, like eons ago. She chose to not just pick where, but to film with me, to be with me when we were filming. So yesterday we were in the Animal Kingdom filming. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday? Day before yesterday. Gosh, it's all running together. What's today? What day is today? I think we were there Tuesday. I think we were there Tuesday. I don't know what happened yesterday. It's a big blur. Anyway, what's our first?
Terry, what are you doing here if you're at Disney? Go have some fun at Disney Springs or on the boardwalk or someplace. Why are you here? We appreciate it, but why are you here?
So let's go to the first sound. So in 1, 2, and 3.
That's it.
Well, I wasn't paying attention.
I got it already. I can tell from looking. Don't say anything.
I still haven't gotten over the idea that someone's prize was to spend time with you. That's more of like a sentence.
Like a punishment.
Yes.
That's a step away from prison.
Well, not only am I an acquired taste, but I am a delicacy in some parts of the world.
It is true. You did force your chow buns on me the other night, so I can agree with that.
Those are pretty good.
Thank you, Collin, for confirming that my buns are pretty good.
That's great. Warm and soft, like nice and soft in the mouth, you know.
Jeremy's saying, "Is the sound of a woman crying? I guess it's Terry at Epcot tomorrow."
Oh, too soon. Too soon. Okay, let's play it once again.
It is difficult.
I thought this would be just like so easy, so super duper easy. I mean, like easiest one ever.
And Jason, the one that you asked me to live as the last one because you thought that is,
I thought it'd be hardest.
The hardest is going to be the easiest one.
It's usually how it works. Jason thinks it's the most difficult. It's only the easiest.
Hey guys, pay attention in the comments.
Oh, look at this, Caleb. Happy birthday, Caleb. We got a winner.
We got a winner.
Let's play the reveal.
Uncle Orville's taken over the coolest spot in the house, of course, and he's rigged up a real clever contraption. He calls it air cooling. Too bad he's not reading the help wanted ads.
No privacy, it's all around this place.
Sorry, Orville.
You know one thing, Jason, it's really strange to hear that without watching the show.
Without actually seeing it.
It's creepy.
It's creepy. Okay.
That's what Jason listens to before he goes to bed.
I'm a big fan of Carousel of Progress.
There you go.
There you go.
I got this little guy on my desk here.
So Caleb got it.
Good job. Good job. That's right.
Greg
Caleb's
put
pointing out
forth
that
a
it's also
guess
the voice.
for-
Caleb's pointing out it's also the voice of Mel Blanc. So, who did what other voices, Colin?
Bugs Bunny. Oh, sorry.
I-
I'm sorry. I
don't
answered
know.
before you said the name.
That's okay.
We should
He
make
doesn't know.
Greg guess on all of these ahead of time.
No.
Because he would have gotten that one right.
He would have gotten ready. That's it. And that would have ruined all the fun for the people.
I don't need the credit.
Well,
But
after the comments roll, after we get a winner, we'll have him guess and see if he was right.
Oh, I like this. I
Oh,
love
he has to write
trivia.
it down? He has to write it down?
Oh, I'll do that.
Yeah, he's not looking at the comments anyway, so we're good.
I can't see the comments. But I
Oh,
guess
that's true.
you'll have to take my word that I'm only writing it down once and not like after someone guesses it. I could.
We
Can
just won't say what somebody's correct guess
Could
was.
you put the sticky to your forehead?
Yeah.
And then we'll know.
By the way, naturally, the paper that I'm writing on is the one that you get, from.
the free stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's very nice. Very nice. Okay,
let's go to number
our
2.
Second sound.
In 1, 2, and 3.
Open wide!
Boy,
Yep.
You'd be
it was
surprised
seemed
how
a
often
lot
I hear
easier.
that.
What's that, Greg?
You'd be surprised how often I hear that.
Let's hear it again. Oh, please, let's hear it again.
Open wide!
I don't know what to say. I'm so afraid to make any comment now.
Yeah, I'm quiet.
So, oh, please, people, help me out here. Throw me a no. I can't even say it. Okay, how about one more time?
Open wide!
So many things we could say here.
Boy, okay. No, I'm getting. I think this is hard. I think this is a hard one. Oh, yes, Valerie, that's what they're saying.
I do have a clarifying question, if I may. Are these sounds from currently existing attractions, or will it also include things that don't exist anymore?
Oh, that's a good question. It could include things that don't exist anymore, but these do not.
Jason, I need you to take a look on the comments.
So I see. Okay, so Valerie says open wide. That is what they're saying. Eric says my dentist, and that's funny, because your dentist would say that. I think anyway. Caleb says Finding Nemo the musical, and Caleb, you are so close. You're so close. You're real close. But that's not it.
If he wins twice in one night on his birthday, that's a win.
Yep.
Let's hear it again.
Open wide!
Yes, Eric's a G-rated show. Lisa is not. It is not Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I think that was just a funny.
Yes, someone
Amber
got it.
Tracy. Amber Tracy. Living Seas with Nemo.
Yep.
Very good. Very, very good. Let's see if anybody else. Let's see anything else coming in here.
Valerie
More Mickey's Runaway Railway. I don't know what like.
It kind of sounds like Mickey, the new Mickey.
Does it?
Valerie.
Let's hear it let me just hear it. Don't do the reveal yet. Let's just play the sound one more time.
Open wide!
It kind of sounds like cartoon Mickey.
Saying open wide.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's the weird part.
No, but yeah, it's
Valerie, Michael also said Nemo right.
yeah.
You guys surprised me.
Congrats,
Heather.
Amber. Okay, let's play the reveal.
Totally, dudes! So many creatures! I'm Dory.
It's the excitement of the dentist's office.
Hey, open wide! Have you got any fillings? Retainers? Crowns? Oh, I'd get to see a good root canal.
What I'd give to see a good root canal. I like it. I wasn't able to capture. You have to, you get different. You get different bits when you're depending on your timing.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is when she's like, "Hey, come back, take me with you."
There's
the
one
song
that's
she says something like, "The song is great, but after you hear
it
it,
just keeps going on and on.
Yeah. I love it.
There's always says
love that attraction.
how many people had been through the attraction for the day or something like that, isn't there too? At the end of it, it's like, did you know that there's been 40?
So just a quick aside, my favorite part of that attraction, other than that final scene, is the queue.
It is really neat.
I love the queue, and I get really irritated when there's not much of a wait because I like to actually spend time in the queue. I love the transition from the beach down, into the ocean. I love it.
Do you remember when that attraction first opened that the lighting in the first scene was vastly different than it is today in the queue?
No.
It was much darker at one point than it is today, and there was a reason why it changed. I talked to a guy, a friend of mine that worked for Imagineering in the lighting department. He said originally, because when it was such a transition from bright to dark, like in the first year that it had opened, when they redid it, a lot of people kept stumbling, so they had to change the lighting. Fun fact.
So wait, you're saying it was lighter at first?
No, it was darker at first.
Darker.
So when you went from the bright outside to the dark inside, it caused issues for people when you got to that like swirly bit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. Okay, let's go to number 3.
Let's go to number 3.
189 feet.
Oh, look at Greg's look. Oh, we forgot to ask Greg what he wrote down. We totally forgot.
I didn't have a guess for the first. That's Allison Janney, or at least fake Allison Janney voice. I figured that out.
I know, and I'm watching West Wing right now. I'm making my way back through West Wing, and so
like all the other cool kids, Jason's spending his nights watching reruns of West Wing.
I already watched Lost.
What a great show. We'll talk more
For
about
like
that
the
later.
4th time.
Go back and watch West Wing. Love it. Okay, so let's see. Navi River Ride. I don't think, Kimberly, you've been on Navi River Ride. If you unless you're playing the version of Navi River Ride where Terry's like singing behind you. Terry Sensendardi.
That was mean.
Amber says, "Oh, if you watched the lunch break the other day, you know what I'm talking about." Amber says Zookeeper at Animal Kingdom exhibit or Kilimanjaro Safari. That would be a great guess, but it is wrong. Let's hear it again.
189 feet.
Greg, you better be writing down your little guess there.
I hold
Don't
on.
say it.
I'm not gonna say it, but
Mark Jones said I was going to guess Navi River too based on the lunch break video. Boy, this. I told you this was tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
You said, "Oh, I don't think it's gonna be so tough."
No, I thought the other two ones were tough.
Okay, so Valerie says Castle Height. Now, see, Valerie, who's Googling, that you are onto something.
that's why I made that face, by the way.
Mhm.
As soon as I heard that number, I was like, I know what the number is, but I don't know what the
I
sound
feel
is.
like I might know this.
Caleb says Body Wars, which I would love to know where you're thinking that happens. But God, I wish I had a sound from Body Wars.
Instead of Body Wars, if you can get sounds from other parts of that pavilion, maybe the making of me. That's the sound I want to hear. If you don't know what that is, guys, go Google it.
But not now.
Not now, and not on your work computer.
So let's hear this. Let's hear the sound one more time.
189 feet.
Okay. So Terry already says, well, Cinderella Castle is 189 feet. Wait, was I on the lunch break
else?
video? Yes, you were, Terry. You weren't there to see it, but you were. So you must watch the replay. Dax says, sounds like a Keys of the Kingdom tour guide. Valerie says, Castle Tour. All of you are definitely right in that it has to do with the castle. And it has to do with the height of the castle. But it wasn't on a tour. This was a freebie. No money exchanged to hear this one. In fact, I don't know if I should provide any more hints.
No.
I have a guess, but I'm gonna fold it up so you don't know I'm cheating.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold it on camera.
Okay. Greg has wrapped his gum in 2 layers of paper. Okay, let's hear it one more
Just
time.
stick it to the camera momentarily.
189 feet.
Oh, I have 2 guesses.
Oh, he has two guesses. Now
Or he's changing his answer.
Now it's gonna be like the.
It's very sloppy handwriting. I'm so sorry, but I'll turn it around.
That's called handwriting for me.
Oh, okay. So Jeremy's asking if he says tram driver.
Oh, that's what I had on my piece of
And
paper.
Terry says monorail spiel.
I guess it's not that.
Mark Jones also asked monorail spiel. Monorail spiel. I don't know if that's how you spell spiel or not, but it's not. It's not.
Hey, look.
What? Oh, what's? Well, who are you referring to, Carlos?
Amber.
It's I feel like we should give it to her. It's not technically the fairy. It's not technically the fairy. It's just really me. I know I'm asking for like latitude, longitude at this point.
There goes mine.
Sarah says fairy from TTC. If you weren't on the ferry yet.
You know one thing, Amber and Sarah, look.
I know. I feel like we're like splitting hairs. Why don't we play the reveal and then I'll explain more.
Yes. But I think they got it.
I think they got it.
189 feet. About as tall as you can get without having to put a big red blinky light on top of it.
Okay, that didn't really give you much more than that, but that was actually a cast member who was interacting with the crowd. This was recorded on the annual pass holder preview day at the Magic Kingdom, and so she was interacting with the crowd.
I'm calling baloney on this.
She was
not an attraction.
We never said it was an attraction.
Well,
she was interacting with the crowd.
What's that sound?
Who was waiting to board the ferry. And
should I have guessed the cast member's name? What are the rules of this game?
I feel like John Panda had the same thing to say to us.
Sometimes we,
we look for specific.
Yeah, it's more fun this way. People love it.
If you're wondering, the first guest I had was the old backlot tour. I thought maybe they were comparing Earful Tower or Tower of Terror with Cinderella, which I then crumbled and threw out. So.
Well, at least we had at that moment. So Michael says Q for the ferry. I think we have to say that between Amber and Sarah.
Sarah, they both got it right.
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Was that? Let us know in the comments. Was it too easy tonight? Was it too hard? Too specific? Like, did we trick you? Do you feel like we tried to play gotcha? I don't ever want to feel like I'm playing gotcha. I feel like I want it to be guessable, but
and somebody in the comments mentioned that they thought it was 200 foot for the light on top. I actually think that's changed over time because Expedition Everest is 199 foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's technically the regulations have changed because I don't think it has a light on top of it either.
It's 200 feet, isn't it? 200. Greg has his hands up. Greg,
don't forget the castle is not on the first level, right? Of Magic
True.
It's on
Yeah,
the second, so there's probably 10 to 12 feet below it, further elevating it up.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Yeah. Good point.
Anywho's, what's interesting though is that the light restriction, which is real, is they have to have the height restriction with the light on it, right? I always get them mixed up. Swan and Dolphin Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the one that has the tree. They had the.
That's
the pointy
swan.
one's the dolphin.
Like I said, the dolphin.
Not the only one. Okay, so the dolphin is actually higher than the limit,
Significantly.
but does not have a light on it.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been. Well, no, it wouldn't make sense.
Look it up.
It's
Could be
257 feet tall.
Look it up, kids. It's weird.
Actually, they're probably both over that, realistically.
No, it's the only one.
Really? They must have gotten some kind of special permission, or they didn't ask.
From the FAA?
Or they didn't ask.
It's weird.
It's just Marriott. They have a lot of pull.
It's weird. Anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think next week, it might get harder.
You've been promising that, but I think the audience is the big surprise here. I thought that they would not get it today, but guys, you're great. You're great.
Well done, as always.
So, my friends, and I looked to the clock here, and we're doing really fine because it's always the same time. But it
late.
is. Yes.
We're always late, so it's normal.
Okay.
But that's it. And I thought in the beginning again, we're gonna do close to an hour. No. Guys, it's great.
I want to give big thanks to Greg for being here. Greg with that Park Life podcast. Greg, would you mind telling us where we could find your lovely work and all the places?
Sure, of course. We are on Instagram at That Park Life Podcast or thatparklifepodcast.com. We're just like you guys. We talk about Disney all the time. We have cast members on. I'm a cast member myself, so I talk about my life at work and whatnot. My personal Instagram is at the Disney Greg. So if you don't want to be subject to more audio or video of podcast related things, it's just me posting pics with my kind of newish camera that I finally learned how to use. And now you get to see the story of Greg learning how to edit photos on a new camera, fighting color blindness, and still editing photos.
Hey, look, Carlos is colorblind too, so you're in good company.
Shout out.
Well, I feel like you just called out Carlos.
Carlos has said that on the show before.
I already said it. Yes. No. The only thing I did not mention was about the frogs. I think.
That he's terrified of?
Why would you bring that up now?
I hate frogs. I hate those little ones, the ones that stick in the wall. I hate that. It gives me the creeps. I cannot sleep at night when I think that they're around me. That's it.
Just one time, I want to bring a frog in a cage just to see Carlos's reaction because I think it would be priceless.
No, we're not gonna see that. I lose what is little left of my manhood there. No.
Carlos, is that an experience you've had where you've been in bed at night and you woke up and there were frogs in your bed?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Now, was this after a night of drinking, or was this just
no.
Or just a normal night?
No. It was a long time ago in Brazil, and that's.
Is that what sedimented that in your mind?
It started all started that, and they're disgusting. But I'm talking about the little ones. I'm not talking a toad, the ones.
The big ones are fine. Just
no, I don't care about that. But those little ones, they give me the. Now I'm bringing it. It was no.
I sent you leaving pictures of frogs.
Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna be the plant guy. The plant guy with the frog. I love you guys. What about Kermit? No, Kermit. I don't have any issues with Kermit. Kermit is okay. He doesn't get.
He's big enough that it doesn't bother Carlos.
What about when he was Muppet Baby?
No problem. No, he was not. He's not the one that sticks in the wall. Because those ones always jump on you. I don't know what they have a weird sense of direction. And you get close to them, then they would jump on you.
Maybe they just like Carlos.
It's never happened to me. I've never been attacked by a small little wall clinging frog.
You don't have frogs like that in Kentucky.
They do have frogs like that in Florida, but they've never gone after me.
They attack Carlos in his sleep, apparently.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay, Collin.
Thanks for sharing that, Carlos. That was lovely. Would you like?
One thing. I think there's nothing more. There's nothing more for me to share.
Well, you could share where we could find you when we're not enjoying your frog stories on After Hours.
My friends, you can find me at Ponto Orlando and also Ponto Miami. I have to tell you that you give a little love to South Florida too. not now, in the near future, but because you can find some travel hints, some things about restaurants, some tours and places to go. Here in South Florida, in Ponto Miami and Ponto Orlando, it is for Central Florida, mainly Disney. And it's mainly it is in Portuguese. So that's the second thing that I will bring to you, that I can teach you Portuguese. That's a good thing. You're going to learn about
Who needs
Disney?
Rosetta Stone?
Yes, and I can teach you Portuguese. And I already mentioned that every each Tuesday night I do a live show around 8 p.m. It is in Portuguese too, but it is. I'm pretty happy to see many of your friendly faces there showing up there. So it's good, and I thank you for that. And that's it. It's Ponto Miami and Ponto Orlando.
And no frogs were hurt or injured.
And no frogs there. Yes.
The production of this after-hour show.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is that sound?
The frogs attacking Carlos in his sleep.
I love it. Colin, what about you, buddy?
Yeah, so as usual, basically anywhere on social media, I'm Guide4WDW. I have been on. Actually, two of us have been on Greg's podcast, so be sure to check out that episode. Me and Jason both have been on there. So check that out. Additionally, a group of us were just on Lou's WDW radio show, so be sure to check out that 2-part episode. But as far as my site, it's guide4wdw.com. Some travel tips, some more heartfelt stuff as well to share along the way. And soon, as long as things go well in the next few days, should have a lot more content coming out here soon. A couple restaurant reviews, a few different things that I haven't been able to do since I haven't been able to go to the parks as much. So hopefully that'll change here in the not so distant future.
And hopefully we convince Colin to try Skipper's Canteen. It's so
that
good.
may not happen this year.
I don't understand. Like, how many times can you review the Plaza? For goodness sake, like, try something new. I am Jason Canapp here with the Magic. I would love to see you on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday lunch breaks. And tomorrow is Friday, and that means it is Fun Shirt Friday. What am I going to be wearing? What are you going to be wearing? You should be wearing your fun shirt tomorrow. And tomorrow we are going to be celebrating all things Illuminations. We're going to be taking a look of. We're actually going to do a little compare and contrast. So we're going to watch and enjoy Illuminations from a distance. I won't sing the song. And then we're going to watch Illuminations up close and personal from the Japan Pavilion. And then as a little add-on. At the end, I'm going to share a few moments from the newly reopened Animal Kingdom, which would be a lot of fun and a good lead-in for next week, because on Monday, as a treat, there is a brand new Here with the Magic video that takes place in the Animal Kingdom. And if you want to know when it comes out, if you want early notifications, head on over to herewiththemagic.com, sign up for the newsletter, and you will get a little jingle in your email box, in your inbox when it becomes available. You can also head on over to YouTube, youtube.com/herewiththemagic, and subscribe there. Don't forget to ring the bell to make sure your notifications are turned on. So hope to see Carlos, Colin, Greg. I know you got to work, but these other guys, hope to see you tomorrow in the lunch break, and sporting your fun shirts.
Yep, I will try it.
Okay.
I will be there. I will try to find a fun shirt.
You gotta wear the fun shirt.
And
I hear Mark Jones has a fun shirt.
All my fun shirts are packed.
Or no, that's Jeremy Goff has a fun shirt for you.
But it is.
Believe.
You know what surprised me? What surprised me is that you mentioned Animal Kingdom. I thought that you knew a video was something about this.
Oh no.
Greg, you're gonna be sleeping, dreaming about. I'm gonna be dreaming about the little frogs, and you about the magic and the head dance.
All I have to say is this before we sign off. I know this is like the longest after hours ever, but Epcot's reopened. People are going to be there. Terry Stinson already. I know you're going to be in Epcot tomorrow. Other people are going to be in Epcot coming up soon. do me a favor. When you get to the Mexico Pavilion,
Oh, here he goes.
walk up the steps. Take a moment to ready yourself. I know you're wearing your mask, but just sort of inhale.
Walked it in a little bit.
Right. Yeah, maybe lift it up, waft it in, and then go inside, and then experience it again. And I'm telling you now, you will thank me. You will be you will say, Jason Canapp, you were so correct. It is one of the best smells, and Lisa Donato Glassner from Core Memory Candles has got to get started making this
Mexican
candle
nights.
already. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm
If
saying.
she does, I wanted to have Jason's picture on the back of it.
You burn
Product
down to it.
placement.
I'm in the bottom. No,
There
we're
he
gonna have one of those
is.
little tree frogs in the bottom with a sombrero. It'd be great.
Guys,
All right.
I just want to ask our audience that is watching us from YouTube that you please don't forget to press the like option, the like button, and for those in Facebook, don't forget to subscribe our channel in YouTube too. Will be great.
Yeah, I still need to do that.
It was a great show, Greg. Thank you. It was amazing.
Oh, thank you all for having me.
Thanks, Greg. Thanks for enduring this.
And this is Jeremy Goff's songs to say bye-bye. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Good night. Thank you, guys.
Ready to begin, let the wonder take hold. Feel it draw you in, watch the moment unfold. Spark a dream on the we're meant to follow, setting off for a new tomorrow. Every step we take, breathe a new hope. Every choice we make helps us find our own way. Every wish that we pull into motion, diving in with our hearts wide open. The story comes alive when we look inside a new adventure there in your eyes. It's just beginning. Feel your heart beat faster. Reach out and find your happily ever after. Find your happily ever after. Now we're on our way. Leave the fears behind us. Not so far away from the dreams that live inside us. Moving down this road we've chosen, there's a limit to where we're going. Story comes alive when we look inside you. Adventure there in your eyes. It's just beginning. Feel your heart beat faster. Reach out and find your happily ever after. Find your happily ever after. The battles, the stories, the losses, and all the glories were changed by the way we live every day. Just look up and reach to the sky. We can all have the courage to fly. The story